Yeah, I heard. That had to be one of your more successful fundraisers over the years of doing these, you think?
It absolutely
It's going to
was.
be tough to top them each year, though.
I know, but you know what? I think the house band, all the students and teachers, your beloved Mike Itis over there, they all played awesome. And everybody I've talked to has said, the house band's got to play longer next year. We want to see the students play more because they killed it. They really did.
So I believe what you did this year, all of our musicians of the month played.
Actually, just coincidentally, that happened.
Well, maybe it's a brilliant idea to do that.
Yeah, sounds it. I guess they're getting their start here on the show. That's what it is.
Everybody does. Look at Bodice.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, no, but now that I think about it, almost every single student who played in the band was a musician of the month at some point in the last year or two.
We're gonna do this is live radio. You
Coincidence.
You might as well be at a concert because we have to do an actual live sound check here. Get in there. Bob Bodice, tell Bianchi, I think the first thing I asked for when we first moved here was a window in that wall. Plexiglass. Cut that. I'll come in with the Sawzall while he's doing the windows. Mike Iodice is going to do me. Unfortunately, we can't do this any other way. Distorted, tell him. I got it. Tell him to talk in the mic now, please.
Him on that channel.
I got it. Just tell him to do what I tell him, not tell me what to do. Talk, Mike. Talk, please. Mike.
Check 1, 2. Hello.
All right, beautiful. Okay, he's muted. It's show and tell. Look, we'll get to this on the other side of the hour, the 8 o'clock hour for sure. Show and tell Friday because we've got so many cams. And what is in front of me right now? 19. This has to be 68 or 69. Warner Brothers Records. Wonderfulness, the amazing comedy of Bill Cosby, in honor of him being convicted today. We're going to hook up the record player and play some of this stuff later. All right, so let's get to some of those promos you got coming up.
Yes, yeah. So summer camp is right around the corner. Mother Nature is finally giving us some warm weather, which is amazing. And the Nashua Community Music School has a bunch of specialty 1-week summer camp programs going on this summer. So we came here. We want to make sure we let everybody know about all the great stuff we've got going on.
Who's teaching how to be a pop star? I got to know that one.
How to be a pop star
Bob Bodice.
is our newest camp, and we're super excited about it. We actually have a guest faculty member. Her name is Sarah Chadwick. She's a Nashua native. And she's been singing forever and dancing in the area, as well as we actually went to grad school together, and we got our masters together. And it's going to be a great camp based on introducing students to how to sing pop, how to sing rock, how to sing country. Then we'll put together super groups in the afternoon, kind of like the Backstreet Boys or the Cheetah Girls. It's going to be a really fun way to get students more involved in pop music in a way that actually lets them kind of nurture their own talents and give them their solo time to shine. It'll be a little less formal and more like a rock concert.
5 Pine Street. That's where they're located, www.nashuacms.org. That is the Nashua Community Music School's website. They have a summer music program. You can look at that on the website. Broadway Week is July 9th through the July 13th. It's 9A to 4P, ages 8 to 12. You got the introduction to piano and percussion. That's half a full day if you'd like, 9 a.m. to 12:30 or 4 p.m. That's 6 to 11, the ages. And you got these back to back to back, July 16th to the 20th. Music Around the World is the Early Childhood Camp, July 23rd to the 27th. Half day, junior counselors, ages, camp is 4 to 7, 9 to 12:30. If you can want to do that. And as we just said, the How to Be a Pop Star is the last week of July going into August. And those are full day programs right there, 9 to 4. Ages 10 to 14.
Music all day long. It's great. And then in August, we've got the Young Composers, which is a camp that allows students the opportunity to write their own music, which is awesome. Flute Academy for anyone who plays the flute and wants to learn how to play in an ensemble. And, of course, our awesome rock band camp, which started last year and was on the front page of the Telegraph last summer, and we're hoping to hit it again.
Yeah. And the private music lessons are available all summer long. You name the instrument, they'll teach it. And I know from talking with Judy on our Senior Center Spotlight on Mondays, the guitar program is off and running and full. and keyboards right behind it.
That is right. Yep, we're very excited to be able to have a collaboration with the Nashua Senior Activity Center. So now our Nashua Community Music School instructors are teaching guitar, keyboard, and ukulele, all through a relationship with Nashua seniors, which is awesome.
All right, time to put the spotlight on our Nashua Community Music School's Musician of the Month. That would be Claudia Herger. She's in the studio this morning. Good morning, Claudia.
Good morning.
Besides school that you need to go to because you are in the 5th grade, you don't like this time of the day, do you?
No.
I didn't think so. It's even worse when someone's going to make you sing and play the piano, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sunset Heights Elementary, and she's in grade 5. She's been playing the piano for 3 years only.
Actually 4 years.
Okay.
I I actually didn't remember how long I had been playing that when I
All right, well, that's fine. And you've been at the Nashua Community Music School for a year.
Yes.
Yeah. So where did you learn to play the previous years?
I just went to my neighbor's house and she taught me she had a piano and she just taught me there.
Right. Yeah. Now, you got a little sister out there?
Yep.
And your mom and dad?
Yep.
Does anybody else play any instruments?
My dad's really good at guitar.
Oh, well, there you go, Lindsay. You know their instructor.
That's right.
Bring him up.
You guys got to start a family
So
band.
do you have a piano at home?
Yes.
Does he play along with you?
No, sometimes.
Well, maybe it's because of the Johann Strauss II. He might pick up a guitar to play. Maybe. But he doesn't play with you on Taylor Swift or anything, maybe. Right?
Sometimes.
Now,
yeah.
when you're outside of you doing your lessons playing piano, what type of music do you listen to? Do you like to listen to?
I usually listen to like pop.
Pop?
Yeah.
So-
I really I grew up listening to Taylor Swift.
Right.
And I really I used to think that every good song I heard was by her because we just listened to her so much.
Right. But you've realized that there are other people doing it, and you could be one of those people at some point in your life, right?
Yeah.
Is this what you have in your focus of what you want to do as you get a little bit older?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Be a composer? Be a what?
Probably just to be a composer.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much do you practice?
I practiced a lot. I've practiced a lot for this.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I do the same thing. I have to practice too to do what I do, so I appreciate that. You also you play the saxophone?
Yeah.
Play the ukulele?
Yes.
And you sing?
Yeah.
The ukulele, though, I mean, like, what do you like about that thing?
I like that it's
Simple.
like yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 4 strings in a little box, right?
Yeah.
That's popular at the school.
It's very popular, and it's portable. That's part of it.
Yeah.
When you can carry around your instrument easily, you don't have to bring like a giant amp with you everywhere you go. It's a little bit easier to be a traveling musician.
When you're playing the piano, Claudia, and you got to play the saxophone, that's a whole different thing,
Yeah.
Is it challenging to play the sax?
No, it's one of the easier instruments,
No kidding.
actually. Especially since in 3rd grade at our school, everyone learned the recorder, or 4th grade.
Yeah.
And the fingering is pretty much the same on the saxophone
Right.
with the recorder.
It's
so,
easier than the piano.
Yeah.
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 Did you ever try playing a kazoo? Do you know what a kazoo is?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I tried playing the saxophone. You play the tenor sax, right? So that's the
Yes.
larger one.
No.
I tried playing that. My husband has one, and I couldn't make it. It took me 1 full week to make a sound.
No.
I couldn't do it. So I don't know when you said it's easy. That must be
Wind
something
instruments, it's a technique, you got to
Yeah.
learn that technique, right?
else. Definitely a different way you use
So
your air than singing.
if your father plays the guitar, you play the ukulele, you don't have any interest in playing the guitar?
Well, I'd like to learn how to play it. I think once, I'm really good at the ukulele, I could start trying to learn the guitar.
Wow.
I already did some work with the guitar and I would maybe like to take lessons at the music school for it someday.
Do you like your teachers over there? And don't
Yes.
and you don't have to worry about her sitting here either. Are they helping you?
Yes.
You're learning?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're really nice too.
Well, you're the musician of the month for a reason, because a good student is one that practices and comes back, and so this is on you too. Just want to give them credit, because if you didn't do the homework you're supposed to do, you'd never move forward in what you're doing. Correct? You know that. But you like so this voice thing. When did that start happening?
The same time I started playing piano at the music school, I started also taking voice lessons there.
Okay. You don't just sing around the house or anything?
I do. Usually.
Are you gonna be? Is she gonna be in any one of these music programs this summer, or
She certainly is invited to, so I hope to see her, especially in young composers. I think you get a kick out of it.
Yes, that's the other thing. We're gonna get a treat from you this morning in your third piece, that you're actually gonna sing a song that you wrote.
Yes.
How do you like that?
I really like it. I think it turned out nice.
Is it? I know. Is it challenging?
Well, I wrote it so that it would be possible for me to play at my level, so it's not very challenging.
Okay, you want to go warm up in there, and we're gonna just have Lindsay's gonna have to stand in the middle here and be the the
It's
little
all
go-between.
good.
All right, so we're gonna have you go set up. All right.
Okay.
You can go on over there. Once you get settled, I'll have somebody give me a thumbs up, okay?
Claudia
No rush.
Herger
You
is
take
the
your time.
musician of the month here for our WSMN 1590s Musicians of the Month, which we've been doing for over a year now. It just gives a little spotlight on what's happening at the Nashua Community Music School. It's local, and they pick the student each month. And now that Lindsay has found out that we have a keyboard here, that's all the people she brings in as keyboard players now. Yeah. You used to get the guitar player, you used to get the flute player, clarinet. Now that she's got the keyboard, everybody that's coming in the last couple of days is all keyboard people now.
Well, we almost 50% of our students at the Nashua Community Music School play piano.
And why is that?
It's because it's the gateway instrument, okay? Everybody is familiar with what a piano looks like.
I just find it to be a difficult instrument to play.
It certainly is, but it teaches really awesome fundamentals. So you can learn how to read music and then use that as like a gateway instrument
guess that's the
to
reason
any
why, yeah.
other instrument
that.
ever. So like when we have 4 or 5-year-olds, their parents say, "I want to get them involved in music. What do I do?" All 4 and 5-year-olds, they want to play the drums, right? Do you want to buy your 4-year-old a drum set? No, you do not. Right? So what we suggest is we start them on the piano, okay? We bring in like little hand drums so they can still play with it and get the drumming experience too. But then they learn how to play music, they learn how to read, and then when they get a little bit older, then they can go and choose a different instrument, and then they're like ahead of the game because
Sure.
they already know how to read the music and understand how it goes.
I forgot that aspect comes into play, is learning to read music. And that's where it probably is the easiest, is probably from the piano side of life. And that's how you get started.
And at the beginning.
See, because you're saying gateway to me, and I'm thinking instrument to play. That is not a gateway. I find the guitar is easy to learn how to play, but we're talking about reading music and understanding it, and that's
right.
a different ballgame.
Yeah, we want to try to lay fundamentals so the students can start from a good foundation and then branch out to whatever moves them.
Hey, is Shepard still doing his lessons?
Yes,
And what does he play?
piano and drums.
What is he going to play tonight? Put him on that keyboard.
All right.
He's probably embarrassed. He'd probably be shy. Do you oversee a lot of the students once in a while, Lindsay, as the executive director? Go in, see how they're doing? And
I know every student in the school
So
without question.
tell me how Shepard's doing.
Justin Shepard,
Yeah.
he's studying with Mike,
Yeah.
right? He's doing well. He just switched, as far as I know, he just switched from piano to drums. So he's doing them both.
Iodine says no shepherd.
So
What do
I
you
don't know
mean?
if he's ready yet.
Not ready.
I don't think he's quite ready
What
yet.
does he do there every week? He's been going for 4 months.
It takes a while. You got to get started. Mike has a theory. He's got a system. You got to go through the system.
I don't want to go get taught by him. Well, I can imagine it's good, but all right. So, Claudia, unfortunately, the way this is set up, we are not set up remotely yet. Although we probably could have pulled it off, because as we have come amongst many challenges on the station, we've pulled them all off. I do not have a cam in the production studio yet, or else we'd put this young lady on, which is really what needs to be done. But she's not. But you will hear her. And she's going to play the piano, and she's going to sing. And the first thing she's doing is...
The first thing she's doing is a little excerpt from the Blue Danube Waltz. It's a very famous classical piece by Johann Strauss II. So he's considered the waltz king.
All right, so I need a little sound check from her. From the young lady.
Go ahead, you can play it.
hit the keys, kid. Hit the keys. Yeah. Hit them hard. All right. Sing a little bit. Give me a little vocal, will you? This is
She's
like
not
the-
going to sing until
Listen,
the
I
last
needed to
one.
say, hey, how
Okay.
you
Oh,
doing?
there we go.
Do it again. If you go to a concert, you'll watch this stuff while you're sitting there drinking your beer. You can't do that at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Testing, testing.
But listen to her. It's weird because you can hear her, but you don't see her, you know?
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so the
1, 2, 3,
keyboard.
1, 2, 3.
The other problem is if she had a radio in there, she wouldn't hear me till 8 seconds after I said something.
Oh, started playing.
I guess she's already playing. That's not fair. I just threw her on it without letting her warm up. All right. Well, now that the instructor let her warm up, okay, tell her to do it again. One more time on that waltz, please. Go. You get a whole different perspective when you're just listening to something without seeing it. And just to listen to that just sounds difficult. That's all. It just sounds like that's a difficult piece to play. So she banged it out. Claudia Herger's in the studio this morning. She's age 10. Her hometown's Nashua. She goes to Sunset Heights Elementary. She's in grade 5. She's been playing the piano. Lindsay says 3, the kid says 4. We'll go with the kid. Number of years at the Nashua Community Music School, 1, and she's in the studio playing the piano as the Nashua Community Music School's Musician of the Month. So our next thing is actually going to be, I don't know this song, but...
It's a pop song. It's by Claudia's favorite, Taylor Swift. It's called Love Story.
Yeah. Well, if she wants to give that a whack, she going to sing on this one, or...
I think she was just playing this one.
Oh, she's not going to sing on this one either?
I don't know.
She's switching sheet music.
Okay,
Oh,
no
okay,
problem.
that's
She's
right.
switching-
It's all
That's
good.
okay. That's
It's
all
all
right.
good. This, I mean,
Let me tell you
Taylor's-
something. These kids, this is nerve-wracking to do what she's... No, she should play the whole song. Sounds really good. That came out really good, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Can she sing that song too?
Can you sing that song? Yes.
Want to try it?
Want to try it? Do it again, sing it?
Did you give the girl some water or something or anything? Give her something for her throat, the poor girl. Does she want to sing it?
She's not up to singing it.
She's not up to singing it. Okay.
But she's going to sing the last one, I believe,
Okay,
that
that's
she's going to
fine.
play.
That's fine. How far in advance do you tell the student that they've become the musician of the month?
A few weeks,
Okay.
usually, sometimes a month. It just depends on when they get nominated. Typically, their teacher will nominate their student if they have noticed they've been practicing a lot, or maybe they performed on a recent student recital and it went really well.
Has it got over to being like a bar people are trying to reach? at this point, you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely. I can't tell you how many kids come up to me when I'm just like walking in the hallways saying, "Can I be on the radio?"
That's cool. That's great. That's really good.
And
That's
I said,
good
"Well,
to
you
hear.
have to practice really hard because George only accepts the best."
Oh, yeah.
So,
We got barter, so anything else under that's a piece
There
of
you
cake. You know what I mean? Which,
Very nice.
geez, you know. But I just wanted to see, after all this time, you know, if it is for the kid is a big deal and they aspire to do it and it's exciting for them. That's great because the incentive to do a thing is always which brings you to the next level. So, and what they're doing is hard to do to begin with. To be in a different location without their piano or a comfortable environment and just go live is not easy. So.
absolutely.
All right, so Claudia Herger is our new Nashua Musicians Music School, and I can't have her on the cam. Sorry about that, but you got the audio you can listen to. Sunset Heights Elementary, grade 5. She's been playing for quite a few years now, 3 or 4, much more than I could ever do on a piano. I can tell you that. She's been at the Nashua Community School for 1. Now, I would think that for a lot of instructors, although reading music is reading music, I think that the different ways, and correct me if I'm wrong, to learn how to read music may be the difference in how a teacher teaches it. But reading music's reading music. It's a language that can be read and read one way. How you go about learning how to read it.
That can be 7 different ways.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Right, but the objective is to be able to read it fluently, correct?
Yeah, I think what you said about it being a language is really true. And I try to explain that even to my adult students who try to read music and they say, "Oh, well, I could never do that. I've never been able to read music." I was like, it's just like a language. You know, you learned French or whatever when you were in junior high. You picked your language and you started at the beginning. And if you worked at it, you got better. And if you didn't, then you didn't.
Right, reading it, you have to know the notes, but the other thing that comes into it is the timing. And
That's right.
That's the killer.
It's huge.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be able to be rhythmically sound. So that means that you have to be able to play consistently.
Yeah.
So
But
that's why.
but even a person that does not have the natural ability to play an instrument, because there are individuals who are talented that don't even know how to read music, and I can tell you right
That's
now,
right.
90% of the rock bands have no clue what they're doing.
That's
not
right.
everybody's Steve Vai, but if they can read it, you wouldn't know whether they've been playing for 5 years or 100. Because they speak the language well, if you hear what I'm saying. Right?
It's true. One of the things that I mention to my students a lot when I'm teaching is that you know, there's a difference between reading the music on the page and understanding what the music on the page feels like. And those are 2 different things. Sometimes you understand conceptually what's on the page, but if you don't feel it, if you don't put emotion into it, then there's no point in playing it at all.
When it comes to a vocalist, are they required to read music?
Yes.
Why?
Yes, because it makes them stronger and it makes them be able to sing faster, sing more, learn new songs.
When you get compositions today, like Taylor Swift, are those vocal notes in the music?
I mean, I think that there's pop musicians work in a variety of different ways. Some pop musicians start with a melody and then write words.
But I mean, is it in the language? Like I'm getting a sheet of music.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no vocals in there.
Yes, there will be.
Wait, there were-
If you take voice lessons at the Nashua Community Music
Okay.
School, you're going to get sheet music.
So you need to learn to read music.
Yeah.
Now, do you give, like I see all these great courses, which you can go to the National Community Music School for their summer music programs and sign up for anyone. Where is there one on how to learn to read music or theory?
So we intro to piano and percussion is where we send most of our students for that because it's truly that. It's an introduction to everything. And piano is where you learn how to read notes, and percussion is where you learn how to deal with rhythm and count rhythm. So intro to piano and percussion is like the perfect introductory course for anybody who is interested in getting involved in music at a younger age, but they want to do it like in a fun group environment.
A couple of weeks back on the show, I had a pro golfer on he's an instructor. And one of the things he said was the hardest thing to do, and I'm wondering if like Iodice, but he's in the other room, I can't talk to him, is to take a person that has learned on their own and bring them into an environment of instruction, and to get them out of those bad habits is the most challenging thing an instructor has. Now, I also know from guitar playing on my own, I learned the really a horrid way, and probably would have been much better if I had taken guitar lessons. And when I did start to take a couple, after about 8 to 9 years of already developing all of these bad habits, it was very difficult to get out of them.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that you need to get into music however inspires you. So if you're just picking up a guitar and noodling around on it and that's what makes you happy, like you have to start there. I say nothing bad about that. What the difference is when you take lessons is that you go through a system, and that system can help you achieve continuously,
Yeah.
as opposed to sometimes when you learn on your own, you get to like this plateau and you just can't get anywhere.
That's correct.
And
Happens to anybody that doesn't take a lesson on anything.
right, and you just get frustrated, and sometimes you lose your inspiration.
Like
That's
you,
the
Bart,
last-
it's back to law school.
That's the last thing we want.
Yeah, that is a fact on just about anything that you do. You, unless you constantly expand or research to learn more about what you do, you're going to get to a point where you've maxed.
That's right.
And
I still take lessons.
Only an instructor can get you to the next level.
That's right. And there's always someone better than you in music.
Oh, always.
So you can
But,
always learn from other people.
The thing about that too is that you should be doing it for the enjoyment of it for yourself, because you will learn forever.
Absolutely. And it is work, but if it's not fun, then it's not worth it.
And the young lady that's here today is Claudia Herger. She's the musician of the month at WSMN 1590 right here. She's from Sunset Heights Elementary, grade 5. She's been playing piano for about 4 years, and she's been at the school for 1. And who's her instructor, Mike?
So note, her piano teacher is Jonna Ross, and she's also the instructor for the Nashua Senior Activity Center keyboard class.
Okay.
And her voice instructor is Emily Adams, one of our newest voice instructors.
All right. And this final piece she's going to do here this morning is by Claudia Herger.
She wrote it. It's
She wrote it?
Original composition.
Okay, so can we just get her voice a couple, just so I can try to mix this voice in?
And the title is Believe.
Let me hear you talk there, young lady. The next time we're going to
Testing,
run.
testing.
No, it's going to have to get louder than that. Yeah, so what we need to do is run a set of...
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
It's so funny to listen to that voice. Radio or audio records recording is just an amazing art, where you know, her voice sounds...
Love it.
Yes, yeah.
Very good.
No, we gotta get, maybe Mike should hold that mic to her lips maybe and get it off that mic stand. That might help me a little bit more. I'm almost maxed out here. But doesn't her voice sound so different through our headphones right now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's normal. I mean, it's just
Oh,
like when
yeah.
you
I mean,
listen
it's a
to
good thing.
yourself.
That's why, you
Yeah.
know, it takes when people first come in and start doing radio, they're not used to hearing the voice in their own headphones, you know. And what a lot of people do is turn their headphones down. And the proper way to mix is to have them louder than what you can hear your voice.
Oh, really?
So you have to hear them in here, not like that.
Makes
You
sense.
can't mix this, but you can mix that.
Huh.
Right? So
That's interesting.
Their first habit is turn those headphones down.
Uh-huh.
And so you're not going to get a proper mix unless all of them are up and everybody's listening. So, but her voice sounds amazing in these headphones.
Definitely. Definitely. And everybody loves the
You
recording.
know, at that age too, though, all voices are like angelic, I should say.
They're higher,
Yeah.
yes.
All right, are we ready to stop moving the mic, please? You're blowing my eardrums out. What's he got? Is he holding it? Well, tell him to stand still. All right. Don't move. It's going to drive me nuts. Don't move the microphone, please. Thank you. Okay.
So things are bad. Well, things can change. And I believe there's always a way. Yes, I believe love can be found even where there's only hate. Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. Oh, I believe that a broken world can be whole again. And I believe that a prisoner of war will be home again. Oh, I believe we can save the world if we tried. But you have to stand up and open your eyes. The world can't save itself. But I believe
What is that?
That's so beautiful.
Oh my gosh, for that young age to write a little thing like that. You guys need to get together with other musicians over there and help her with that song. That is beautiful.
That is beautiful.
You need to get other people that do other instruments and
Have
put
her
it
come
back
back.
in. Somebody help arrange that thing out there. That is just, wow, what a great song she just wrote there live on the radio this morning. That came out very good. Get that young superstar in here.
And it's
That's
so
good.
inspirational too. Now I feel like I'm like ready for my day.
Yeah. Come on, sit down here, hotshot. Hey, that's good.
Thank you.
Yeah. What was the inspiration for that?
I just thought it was a song that people needed to hear.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. It's different. I think if you had somebody that's been writing music for a while sit down with that right there, they could arrange that into a singable hit song. And I kid you not, I've been doing this a long time. It has all of the ingredients for it. And that's not why you did it. You did it for fun, but it's got a great hook and everything. I'm really proud of you on that. You've got to be proud of that. That needs to be recorded, and they need to get other instruments. Do you hear other instruments in there?
Maybe.
Any accompaniment besides the piano, or do you like it a cappella almost like that with a...
I kind of like it that way.
Yeah, it's kind of intense. But if you want to make $1 million, we have to add instruments to that. You know what I'm saying? Because everything else is there. Proud of you. Now, did you write it?
Yes.
You did? So anybody that's at the National Community Music School can play that because you've written the music too?
Yes.
Oh, man, and she gets a trophy. She's not only... That's the first person you brought in here that's wrote their own music, you know.
Really? Well, I'll have to change that because that's great. I mean, we encourage composition so much. Our
Yes.
Young Composers Camp is
sure.
wonderful. The output that we have from that and what the students write is great. But you know, a lot of students come to us because they're writers and they want
Yeah.
to be able to play the music they can write. What I like to see is when students, you know, dream big like you just did and write something that not only they can play, but then they start writing things that they can't play yet. But then they take the lessons, and then they can play them later, and it's pretty cool.
You need to get your father to sit down with you with a guitar on that. You know, put a little on that. I mean, that's really, really good. It's singable and it's enjoyable to the ears.
It's a beautiful
and what a
melody.
time! I mean, it's wonderful to see my generation and its motives for writing song, and then yours for what you were writing right there. So it's spot on. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The best to you and all that you do in the future. You got a good future with music if you keep going with it, right? All right, we got to hit the top of the hour. Lindsay, thank you once again for coming in and bringing in another great musician
My
from the
absolute
music
pleasure.
school. And you can visit the what's that website?
NashuaCMS.org.
NashuaCMS.org. All right, we got to hit the top of the hour. We got some fitness coming up on the other side. Blue light special again with the Nashua Police Department. Our website's WSMN1590.com if you want to see the cams and see her now. She's on cam if you'd like to. We'll see you on the other side.